Hi, everybody. Crafting Journey here, that Journey Chick on Instagram. We are broadcasting live tonight, both here on YouTube and on Twitch. So, welcome everybody to the live. We're doing an interview tonight with David MaClean. And I'm so sorry if we went over anybody tonight. Do apologize. This is when he was available. So, we wanted to make him available to all of you. Welcome. If I don't say hi to you all in the chat, please understand there's a lot going to be going on tonight. Please make sure that if you're a Ticket to Ride member, that you fill out in the description. There is a short Google form where I'm just asking for your email and your name. That way I can make sure that you were here at the live and you get 5 extra tickets for it. So I'm going to bring in my co-host, Cheryl. She is my YouTube moderator. Welcome. Are you excited?
Hi, everyone.
Are you excited? Yes.
Yes, so excited. Yay.
Okay, and we will bring in David MaClean. Hello.
Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm very excited about this.
Okay,
yes, so are
we'll
we.
put you in the big window. So we have been doing this Ticket to Ride destination event. We've had over 500 people sign up for the event. It was the featured canvas was one of your canvases, Notre Dame Nights. It started January 1st and quite a few finishes on that. I wanted to just kind of give you a little flavor for the finishes. So let me show you a little video I put together, David.
Thank you. Oh, that looked great.
Now, of course, people were allowed to do any kind of landscape they wanted. Unfortunately, by the time that we started on January 1st, Diamond Art Club was low on stock of your painting. In fact, they had none in stock. So that's why we're putting off our second event until they restock the To Russia with Love, so everybody can get that painting who wants to. But a lot of people weren't able to get your painting that wanted to, but they may in the future.
It was they actually ordered them for our event, additional ones, but that was the time when we had the
supply chain issues.
Yeah, the supply chain issue, and it got stuck in the boats waiting to come in. And so people did wait actually and get them even after. So I love that everybody did that. And so everyone's here and having fun, and yeah.
Oh, good. Hopefully they'll start to arrive and everyone can get one.
Yeah. Oh, they're in and probably just about gone by now. And if they want to, they can flip flop. And some people could do the Russia one now and switch to the other one then. And that's okay too. We're all good with that.
Yeah, everybody's saying hi to David. So tell us how you got started. I read your bio. I saw that your mom went and bought you some paints and brushes, and you had the talent. You were born.
Yes, at a very young age, I got sent off to kindergarten, and on the first day of class, actually, when my mom came to pick me up, I had kind of been doing my own thing in kindergarten that day, and was creating all kinds of art and whatnot, and it got the teachers very excited. So my mom picked me up. She just got very excited and took me down to the art store, and we bought a bunch of art supplies. And I've basically been an artist my entire life.
Wow.
And I've definitely had the roller coaster ride of it. And there was even periods I thought, I think I'm going to get out of this. And I had a family, and my kids are all grown now, but back then, and of course, trying to feed my family. And whenever I tried to move on to something else, it was like I was being blocked and couldn't do it, and always landed up going back to an artist. And now I couldn't be happier about it. My career has really taken off in the last number of years. And
awesome.
I get up every morning with an excitement to get back to what I'm working on. I tend to work almost every day. On the weekends, I tend to work in the mornings in my studio, and my wife rather me be out of her hair anyway. And so I go hide out in the studio and continue grading and have an excitement to get back to it all the time. Yeah.
So you're up in Canada, right?
Yes, I'm in Kelowna, British Columbia, which is about a 5-hour drive northeast of Seattle. And we love Seattle. We're in Seattle a lot of times. And for 26 years, I ran a chain of galleries with galleries in Washington, Oregon, and all throughout Western Canada. I sold it back in 2015, came home, and didn't know a lot about art licensing, even though I've been in the art business all these years, and applied to several art licensing agencies and was immediately picked up. I was offered by many of the licensing agencies an immediate contract, but I was picked up by a company called MGL out of London, England.
Big one.
I couldn't be happier about it. Now they've done a tremendous job of placing my art into just about every corner of the world now. And it's been very exciting for me.
That's awesome. Because I happen to know that company, that licensing company, and they're really a good
Really good
one.
Yeah, they're very
right on your artwork. It has, David MaClean, licensed by MGL.
Yes.
MGL Art Diamond Art Club. So what happened a couple of years ago? We decided as a community that we would only support licensed artwork. There was a lot of stolen artwork out there, and it is cheaper for a diamond painter to get started by buying the stolen artwork.
Comes from China.
It comes out of China, but most
they don't
of us
have
are aware now that there are licensed art. There's enough licensed artwork out there now that we fully support it.
Yes, I really appreciate you saying that. Going back almost 2 years ago, I had a serious problem with my art being stolen. Most of it, not all of it, was happening from China, and Amazon.com was actually carrying hundreds of pieces of mine that had been illegally stolen. But it appears to have gotten better, and they have cleaned up some of it. There's still lots to always do, of course, but yeah, I appreciate you saying that, because it was one artists are protected.
One of the rules for our events, very important to me personally, because it just happens to be an issue close to my heart, and that is to make sure that the artist gets the credit for their work that we do. And that's so we ask everyone, you can choose a different painting if you can't find the featured painting, but please make sure that it is licensed. And we even help give them ways to show, or to look and see how if it is in fact licensed art.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And I will say Diamond Art Club does a tremendous job.
Absolutely.
Recognizing the artists and protecting the artworks as well, that they always have copyrights and watermarks on all the artwork that is on the website. Yeah.
Yes, they're one of the good ones.
YouTubers who pull it to make videos for you. So tell us how you went from actually painting this work to digital.
Yes, I was a traditional artist most of my life up until 18, 20 years ago. And, brush and easels. And it was actually by coincidence. I took an evening college course that was over several months. And it was to learn a program for running a new printer that I had, because I've always printed my own artworks on canvas. And through the process of this, a couple of months into it, I started to play with it and say, gee, I think I can make the adjustment that I create the art in a program. And I started doing it. And of course, the program brings up a massive palette. I use a Wacom pen, and that Wacom pen I can make into a big brush, a small brush, a hard or soft brush, just about anything. And it took about a year of playing with it. And then I made the switch. And one day my wife came down to my studio, and I was packing up my paints and everything. And she goes, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I don't think I'll ever switch back." And I have. Ever since then, I've gone on. And I just love how the program allows me to. And as a traditional artist, I painted both acrylics and watercolor. And I did a lot of layering. So you're building layers. And in the program I work now, I have increased the amount of layering I do, so that quite often there's anywhere between 150 and 200 layers now in every work that I do. And the beauty of that is when I create something, if I make a mistake or have a problem, it's very easy just to remove that layer, adjust that layer. Such as when you're a traditional artist with paint and brush, you can very quickly overwork the art and it becomes very muddy and you have to scrap it. And you don't have this with doing digital art. So for me, it's been the best thing ever.
So how long does a typical painting take you to do?
I'm known to be very prolific, and I can do a painting in about 2 weeks. But I work every day at it, and I start like at 5:30 in the morning, and I tend to lose track of time. And I'm in my pajamas usually till noon. Then I stop and break and have my breakfast or lunch and get changed. And I go back down, and it's not uncommon for me to put in 10-hour days. And I do work 7 days a week pretty much. On the weekends, I'll just work half days on Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, because I love what I do. I'll never see myself retiring.
Do you use a particular program?
Sorry?
Do you use a particular program?
I use a professional Adobe program.
Love
I have a question.
Love it.
I have a question to throw in. What do you think that, or well, I should say, how much do you think that your training from a young age helped you to cross over now with this form of art versus someone who just comes into using this type of art without that background? Do you know what I mean?
Yes, and I do see this, and I do get a lot of emails these days, and I do get emails from young artists, and there's no question being a traditional artist for all those years with, on canvas with paint and brush was made for a very quick and easy transfer for me. And my agency even remarked on that they find when they pick up artists, if they have a traditional background like I do, it tends to work quite well. And I highly recommend to young artists to go out and buy yourself, it doesn't even have to be canvas, it could be paper, get yourself some brushes and some basic colors, and just start doing basic designs, really simple designs on the paper, really focusing on light and shadow. And that, so when you make the switch into digital, you have a better understanding of blending of light and shadow, and I'll give you a better feel for it. You don't have to spend a lot of time at it, but just spending, a few weeks at it, and you then can jump over to the digital, and then you can go back to the paint and brush, and you'll see it'll help to train you quite quickly.
Very interesting.
Have you ever taught art?
No, I'm not very good at that, and I tend to like to get in my studio and kind of get lost in it. And I always say, I have been asked to speak quite a bit, and when I do, I just say, I think I'll run out of things to say after about 3 minutes. So,
well, we're going to keep you longer than 3 minutes. So,
did any of your kids pick up your talent?
No, my kids are all grown up and professional now. I have 2 daughters and a son, and my son's a real entrepreneur. And both my daughters are nurses, but work. They aren't in traditional nursing roles. My youngest runs an HDA clinic for the Ministry of Child, and she has a large caseload of adolescents that she can find quite rewarding and challenging as well. And then my oldest daughter works for an Interior Health. She did the hospital for a few years, but now she works with street people and tries to help them. And of course, lots of addictions and that sort of thing. And she tries to help them get their lives together again. And she's
wonderful. That's really nice. I'm really,
very proud of my kids, and they do really well.
Way to go, Dad.
So I'm going to show another little collage I put together of just I couldn't put all of your paintings in here.
Sure.
There's too many.
Yes.
And we'd be sitting here for a half hour.
Yes.
Picked out some of my favorites. So here we go.
Hey, that was fantastic. Very well done. Thank you.
Bravo.
Thank you. Did you have a favorite in there?
I thought the whole thing was fantastic. I mean,
Oh, my
you did a lot of
I
good
did
thoughts.
not realize that you did these wilderness scenes, and I got to
Yes.
tell you, those are my favorites.
Is that right? Eh? Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
good.
with the Indian teepee, and uh, the
Yeah.
thing I like about your paintings is because I do a lot of landscape paintings, but the vibrant colors that you
Thank you.
get in your paintings.
Yes.
I
The
always,
Russia is amazing. The colors
Yeah.
in Russia, it's with love,
Well,
is
even the
amazing.
wilderness paintings, the
Yes.
colors are so vibrant.
thank you. I always like to think that I don't create an image, but rather I create an emotion. So
Yes.
I'm looking to create an emotion to put the viewer into the scene, and color as an artist, of course, colors are very important and pop, and it'll bring life to the artwork when you're adding lots of colors like that.
And for diamond painting, we love the more colors, the better. So
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, and it's the same with puzzlers. The same idea. Yes.
wonderful.
Rodman loves the orcas. Did you see the orca one, Cheryl? Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, I want it. I'm ready.
So,
Well, I get a lot of inspiration when my son lives on a large island, and when we go
oh.
visit him a couple times a year, they have a lot of orcas over there. So I do get a lot of inspiration every time I visit him.
So Cynthia says, listen to this. DAC needs to add more of his paintings.
Oh, we have some announcements a little bit later.
Yeah, well,
I
we're got good news for you on that front. So
I do have a question or two I'd like to toss in here from people were invited to post some questions for you that the
Yes,
people here would like to know,
sure.
inquiring minds. Have you been to all the places that you paint?
No, I wish I had. And
I would
so,
love.
so the last, I'd say almost last 6 months, I'm strictly been working on client requests rather than having, a lot of times I just create art, my agency would sell it. But I'm pretty much working on just requests. And there's two sides to that. One, it forces me to be a better artist because I'm working within a framework of a description. Now, from clients, it can really vary from a couple of word description, like give us a Paris scene, to a couple of paragraphs of description of what they're wanting in the scene. And this forces me to be a better artist all the time. So before I start, I go researching and start looking. And my goal is to take the very best of an area and include it all in the scene. Because I do get a lot of emails now through my website that people say they want to go to this place, but I have to explain to them, no, I've just made up the scene, but it includes the best of like a Paris or London or whatever typical scene I'm working on.
Oh, that's wonderful. Question was, what inspired you to paint Russia?
Or the Notre Dame or the Russia one? The Russian one was a request from a client as well. And I've actually done 2 Russian scenes now, both from clients. And, I love the Russian people. There's a company in Russia that's picked up a lot of my art that they put into puzzles that goes out throughout Russia. I love the people of Russia. I don't care for the politics, of course, but I love the people there. It's so nice to me. I get a lot of emails out of Russia. And how can you not love a scene like some of the Russian scenes that I've done with their heritage buildings and whatnot, and their history?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I had to, of course, do a snow scene with the sleigh and that sort of thing in there.
Scrapping Like a Lady wanted to know about people of color. I don't know if you saw it, Scrapping Like a Lady, but I added one of his paintings is New Orleans, and
Yes.
there are definitely people of color in that painting.
Such a beautiful one. Oh, is that gorgeous? Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. And I quite often use my children in it as well. And the New Orleans one has the back of my daughter in there. And,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Here's one.
Yes.
Have you painted anything other than landscapes before?
A real passion of mine is portraiture. And when I was actually a late teenager, I opened my own portrait studio.
Wow.
And I did that. And I still wouldn't hope to get back to doing a lot more of that because I really enjoy that, the creating of someone's personality and different poses you can put them in and whatnot. So next to doing the scenes that you see, I'd say portrait is my next favorite thing. I also got into for a couple of years doing ski area maps for some ski areas. I've been forced to kind of let that go, and I had to turn down a bunch of ski resorts in the United States in the past year or so, just because I'm so busy now. And that there is a difference to that. When I create art, I really get lost in it. When I create a ski resort, I have to put my nose to the grind, and it's a lot of little detail. So there is quite a difference in creating the two.
Wow. Diamonds Around You is asking, what about paintings in Spanish countries?
Well, that sounds like it's coming from my wife, because she does give me a lot of suggestions. And when I get caught up with all my clients and get back to be able to do something, I've said to her, I'm going to do something out of Spain for sure.
I have plenty of suggestions for that too. I happen to have a son that lives in Peru.
Yeah, I will tell you that a lot of our event members were from other countries other than the U.S. We had people painting from the UAE, from the Philippines, from
Romania. We have about 20
all over the place. Yeah,
we have people from all over the world. I think it's at least 20 countries or better participating in Ticket to Ride. So very exciting.
Yeah, it is. I'm really appreciative too, because I get emails from all over the world, and as I said, my agency's put me in just about every corner of the world now. So it's great to hear back this kind of feedback.
So they want to know if the picture behind you is on your son's island.
You know what? You're right and not. It's it's a scene that I've created. And the house in the scene is actually a house that's not too far from where I live. And of course, I've made changes to it and whatnot. And then I had to add the mother and her two daughters, because it represents my family, my wife and our two daughters. And all my girls love the beach. And so that was a real natural. Matter of fact, the dog in there is based on a dog by the name of Odin, which is my oldest daughter's dog. So I use my kids' dogs, as well as I use my kids in my artwork, and
real life inspiration.
Yeah, and Maurice and I, my wife, we have two cats, and we never wanted cats. We had a dog that passed away a few years ago, but my two of my children brought home cats as they were teenagers, and then of course they left home and they left the cats. I remember phoning my son up and saying, "Aren't you forgetting something?" He said, "Oh no, I could never take the cat now, Dad." So we have two cats that sleep on our bed every night. They annoy the hell out of me, but I really love them.
Oh, yeah. How could you not? Do you want to kind of walk us around are you in the studio, or you want to walk us there?
Sure. I'll see Maurice. Maurice is concerned about we could lose the signal, but we'll give it a try.
Okay.
Let me raise.
We have several people that are getting into puzzles, and so there's some interest in getting some puzzle collabs going. Maybe we'll allow that when I take it to ride for the next one, huh?
Before Maurice picks up Maurice, just come around the front here and say hello, and then she's gonna walk the laptop around. This is my wife.
Hi again, Maurice. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
All right.
To kick the troll out, that would be perfect. Thank you. So
okay, so
we're actually in our dining room, so we're gonna move over to the living room here, and let me see how
the grand tour.
That's a newer one.
That's the scene in Paris. I don't know light off.
Is a light? No, the light work. No, you need the light. You can't see.
I know with the light off, there is an Eiffel Tower in the background there. Yeah,
it's hard to see that one.
Yeah,
beautiful. I love that. Where's the diner one? Where is that?
I'll show you the diner one. There's a beach.
I love that one.
And so this one here, again, this house. Far from me, and then I love to do it so you can see into the house and see all the little details, and especially beautiful. I love the great windows. That's like you could almost look right through the house.
I like the purple.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the lighthouse. Beautiful.
Yeah, the lighthouse and the purple pram. Purple's big. Okay, hold on. I'll take you to Ricky's. Hold on. Here we go. There's Ricky's. Can you?
Oh,
Yes,
loving it. Loving it. Yeah.
Oh, I back up a bit. It's not the best.
Now, Ricky's Diner is based on a diner.
In Chicago, isn't it?
No, in Philadelphia.
Oh, Philadelphia.
It's not called Ricky's Diner.
Oh.
And of course, this is a New York City scene with the Brooklyn Bridge in the background. This is actually quite a famous area in New York City. And then, of course, I love putting the old cars in there and creating something that sort of has some nostalgia to it and whatnot. Yeah. Here's a really old piece of mine. Reese maybe put it on. This is called Your Heart Knows a Way. It's I've taken out.
It's my piece.
Yeah, that Maurice loves this one. I've made a wave into a heart.
That is fabulous. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Fabulous.
Yeah, that's my favorite piece because I'm into hearts. But hey, that's another thing.
That's a beautiful.
Love.
Yeah.
Love.
So, what else? Okay, hold on. Sorry. Here's a Paris one. I'm just a slave around here.
You're doing great.
Somehow I don't think so. I think I know who runs the show
Can
here.
you see that?
So
Can you see it?
This Paris piece, like all my
Breathtaking.
piece completely made up, and that's the back of my daughter there, and that is so my daughter
Oh my
Emily.
gosh, my
She's
old
got her
girl.
shopping bags, shopping in Paris. That would be
Beautiful.
her 100%.
Breathtaking. You know,
This is a very
I
popular
have
canal scene.
I have a question I want to
Yes.
ask. Since you have the most incredible artwork around your house, but I'm noticing you're not really like going crazy with a frame. You sort of like it just where it speaks for itself. And I happen to love that look.
Yes, and that part of that's from owning an art gallery.
We were
chain
in the
each year,
framing business
because I actually had I manufactured all our own framing moldings back when I had a manufacturing plant, and we through the 26 years I had it, we went through all these stages. In the beginning, it was all mats and glass, and then people didn't want the glass, so we switched to something else. And then the last few years, they all became canvas wraps. These are all canvas wraps, really clean and simple, and no heavy frames anymore. And that's
Love that.
So Maurice has taken advantage of that, and she's filled our home.
Oh, it's everywhere, man.
All the canvas wraps.
Yeah.
And there, turn around.
Okay,
there,
this
there's,
is okay.
Canal Home.
You're gonna have to take this down, Dave. Okay.
Oh, is that gorgeous? Oh my
Canal
God.
Home's very. Oh, sorry. I'm in the behind.
There you go. Behind.
Can
very
you
popular.
see it? That's
That
a very
is
popular
beautiful.
piece
Love
to-
that.
to puzzle and to hang. So that's been popular.
I think that's the one that he's standing in front of for his art gallery picture.
Oh, it could be yes.
Yeah, I like that. I
Yeah.
like that a lot.
Beautiful.
And then show them then we do.
Oh,
I've had a really difficult time
Sorry.
last couple of years actually getting
that's all
puzzles.
the puzzles we have
Puzzles.
because we used to have 400, but we have none left,
People in our town like to come by and buy them off me,
and we give them away all the time.
When
so.
COVID first broke out, I gave away in my neighborhood. I gave away over 50 puzzles.
Well, we love giveaways.
Yeah. And then this is a real favorite of mine, Window Cats.
I love
And
it.
Oh,
I
that's
love-
a painting. I
love
thought that was
the-
your window.
the feeling
Yeah.
that you're inside
see
in
it
a
all right?
warm home.
Yeah.
And none of the cats
Oh
really
my!
look, 'cause
Oh,
it's actually-
that is a must-have.
actually a,
That is breathtaking.
It's a snowstorm going on outside.
Yeah.
And I've even done it so you can see the street down here with the snow gathering on it and all the rooftops. And again, you can look in so many windows to feel the warmth of it going with a fireplace on over here. And,
Yes.
I had a customer buy this from me once, and she said, "This is so my husband and I, because this is my husband's side of the room. The books are all messy and falling
I
apart,
love the
and then the other one is my side where the books are all neat and orderly."
I love that.
I love that too. I love my favorite
cats
one
everywhere.
is to see it from a warm inside and a picturesque window outside. This is where the cold snow is. That's perfect for me.
Next to the Meet Me in Paris, and then this is Meet Me in
Oh.
Paris. This one here, famous restaurant
My heart.
in
It's so
Paris.
cool.
Yeah, this is one of my earlier works from a number of
How about-
years ago.
That one.
Oh, is that beautiful?
Oh, and here's a
You better pull it up.
an outdoor. Here's one of your outdoor scenes that you were talking about earlier.
No, you
Yeah.
can't,
Oh, a little
can't
cottage.
really see it because
Yeah,
it's
no,
covered
that's
up
fine.
over the other one. Okay.
Yeah, looks good.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful.
All right, we'll head
Beautiful.
down to my studio.
Oh my goodness, look at this stuff. It's gorgeous.
Winter and Lighthouse. Sorry, I'm shaky.
I
but
love the winter one.
yeah, I
We
do
have a lot of
too.
winter, and I like
That one's just been picked up by another puzzle company for the second time, actually.
Oh wow.
Vermont Christmas, I think that one is, but I
Yeah.
can't quite remember. Okay, I'm taking you down to the studio. Wait a sec, I'll run.
Don't
Don't
trip over
trip.
yourself.
Be careful.
Be careful.
Yeah.
They're adorable.
So here's my studio. This is my big printer here,
Can they see it?
which I yeah, just turn it down a bit.
No,
Yeah, hold
sorry.
hold it up. That's it. There you
There.
go.
Does that
Big
work?
printer, yeah. And then I have several different computers that I work on. I still turn it around here, there. I still use an easel where I
Can they
print
see it?
print
Can
out
you see it?
samples when pieces I'm working on. Here's an old ski map that I did a
Wow.
while. Here's
Times Square again.
this was done actually for Buffalo puzzles. And so you'll see a lot of the Buffalo logos in there. And there's Maurice and my daughter right there because they love New York. I'm
We
going
love
to
New York.
move it in there so people can see it a bit better.
Me
Sorry.
too.
There we go, right there. And then
You see it.
what's that?
If I need to move it.
And then I was gonna say, so when I research, hold it up a bit there. Just tilt it. That's it. So when I went looking for a new piece I was gonna start on, so here is a cottage, just a photograph of a cottage that I printed out, and I'll take that and I'll use it for the basis of recreating that cottage like that.
Oh.
So I've added another story on it. Again, you see in the windows, I've added the brick chimneys to it, and of course that roof. I just love the roof. That when I got to recreate it in there, and then I put another cottage in the background. So yeah,
Love it.
so I very much enjoy it. Doing that sort of thing. It's very, very creative. I'm always trying to come up with different ideas.
Absolutely. I would love to see somebody like build it, you know?
Yeah, yeah. All right, why don't we head back upstairs there?
Well, they're asking which companies carry your puzzles. I know Ravensburger does. Who else?
Yeah, just about every just about every company out there in the United States. Seiko, Buffalo, Vermont, Springbok.
You do have this information, if I remember correctly, on your website, correct?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I have a page in there that'll link you to Amazon, really, and I name a few companies. But
Okay.
But just about every
New
puzzle company in the United
Zealand,
States.
Australia,
Yeah, and around the world.
Holbrook,
Stuff, yeah.
We're waiting for the Spanish countries to come up on his canvas.
Well, it is. There's in Spain. There's a company called Educa, which is actually one of the world's oldest puzzles companies, and they've been making puzzles since the 1800s, and they carry several of my works actually.
That's amazing. But we'd like to see them in diamond paintings.
Yeah,
which I think
what places in Spain would you like to see specifically?
Well, actually, there's so many Spanish countries that I have a son that happens to live in Peru. I would love to see some from there. You get all kinds of,
I do get a number of emails of people requesting spots, and I really enjoy that. So please don't hesitate to email me through my website if you have some suggestions.
Oh, I'll be so happy to send you lists.
Good. I'll add it to my wife's list.
Absolutely. Well, maybe she and I could put our heads together and come up with something, and then you can't refuse, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So what are you working on when you get up tomorrow morning? What are you working on?
Right now I'm working on a piece for a client out of New Hampshire that this one's very Pacific, challenging me, but it'll be good, of a covered bridge in the area. And then there is a general store, apparently a well-known general store that's not far away, that they want me to put in the scene. And then there's a church about a mile and a half away or something the client was describing that they get in there. So as soon as I got this description, I was saying to my agent, this is what I do and I love, as he knows. He named all the best parts of this area that I'll incorporate into one scene. And then I'm going to put in, of course, some vintage cars and that sort of thing, and bring some life to it all once I do. So right now I'm just at the beginning stages of having researched the covered bridge that they want to use, this general store, as well as the church. And I'll start playing with it, moving it around my canvas on my computer to come up with a good composition. And from there, you just keep building it. So no matter, whenever you create a work of art, whether it's a traditional paint and brush on canvas or digital, as I do now, when you do something and then add something, it changes what you've done. So you're kind of doing this, and coming back to here and over here. And every time you add something that changes it, so you're adjusting to that, which really adds to the creativity. And like I said, my biggest thing is allowing for the feeling of it to really start coming through.
Yeah.
Now, this piece I'm working on now is not a typical request. A lot of requests I get from companies are only 1 or 2 words, which I like, because they realize just let me have open hand with it and see what I come up with. And then but I do also enjoy the challenges that come with a large description too.
Are these, is this a commission piece, or is it?
Well, it's a piece that they've committed to license it through my agency.
Okay.
And so in licensing, I get paid an upfront fee, and then I get royalties, of a percentage of the royalties based on the sales.
Wonderful.
So once you're done with that covered bridge piece,
yeah,
it would be available to other people through
typically when someone licenses a work of my art, they sign an agreement for 3 years, and at the end of the 3 years, they can decide to renew it again, which I find more than half my pieces get renewed, or my agent is free to license it at different places. Now, also, when someone licenses a piece, it's for a territory. So, like the one I'm doing from New Hampshire, these are all for North America. So my agent's free to license it throughout Europe or all the other places, or like Australia, New Zealand take a lot of my art. And so they can license that same piece into there. So I do have a couple of pieces that have been licensed over 20 different places around the world at the same time.
So I did not know you could license the same piece of artwork in different areas. That's very
so I have a question regarding that, if you please, since we definitely want to let people know about what was news to us. But when you license to, for example, Diamond Art Club, who sells all over the world, so their licensing has to be a little bit different, I would say, from that.
What? The truth is, I'm not involved in that part at all. The diamond art licensing, as you guys know, the diamond art business is fairly new and a rapidly growing segment. And so I imagine it's still working out. Now, what arrangement I was going to say a minute ago, all these companies that license my art, even though it's just North America and whatnot, you can license for worldwide rights. And I do have a certain amount of companies that do that. And I have to be honest, I do not know what the deal is with diamond art.
Okay, well, it is rather new. I've been diamond painting since 2013. And so, but back then in the beginning, you can only get whatever you could get from China. Sure. So there was just nothing like that now. It's a whole nother ball game at this point. So, we're just so fortunate to have artists like you that give us this amazing work and love to do it. So
thank you. The gal that started the Diamond Art Club, she was very nice. She reached out to me a year or two ago, and it was very complimentary towards me. And but I just put her onto my agency, and they worked out all the deals. And she did license quite a bit of my art, and she's continuing to.
And
so have you ever licensed anything to a cross-stitch company?
Yes, I do have some cross-stitch company. I'd say there's a fairly predominant one out of Australia that does license quite a bit of mine.
Do you know the name? We have a lot of cross-stitchers. A lot of our crafters do cross-stitch, puzzles, crochet.
I'm sorry, I'd have to ask my agent. I'd have to ask my agency about that. I do get everyone that licensed my art. I get a notification at some point. I don't remember though; it's just too much. And I'm sorry if someone really wanted to know, they could email me and I could find out.
Okay,
I'd be curious because we do have some people. Did you say Australia?
Yeah,
Yes,
I think
the company in Australia has
have,
taken a number of my pieces. I do
I
know that.
recall seeing something with your name on it from Heaven and Earth Designs. Does that sound familiar?
Could well be. I'm sorry, I don't
Or
recall.
Habe? Yeah.
I need to actually have my agent with me, but he's not available right now.
Well, Pippa's
And they're
in
8 hours
Australia.
ahead of us,
Pippa
too.
could let us know. So
Yes.
she's
Absolutely.
a cross stitcher.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen any of it done? You've not seen a diamond painting in person, right?
I have not. I very much want to. So, because the gal, I can't remember her name, who owns, who found
Angie.
That's it, who founded Diamond Art Club. She promised to send me some because I told her I've never done this, and so she's going to send me some. I know, and I can give it a whirl, especially in this time of year. It's nice to.
Oh, you want to do a kit yourself, or do you want to? Finish one? Oh, that's
Yeah,
great.
let's try it.
Yes.
Okay, wait. I'm going to get a commitment here. If you do a diamond painting kit, would you do a Ticket to Ride event with us?
I don't think he wants to start on something that's 100 by 70.
Well, then I gather my pieces are very large.
Club, then you know.
So, this poor guy.
Extra time to finish.
He's got to start a little smaller.
She's not going to send them something smaller. She's going to send them.
I would love to talk about this canvas that I'm doing, the Ticket to Ride feature canvas, Notre Dame Nights. I'm not finished with it yet, but most paintings that I work on, by the time I get to the end of it, I'm so sick of it. I don't even look at it anymore.
I love mine, and I
have loved every second of this painting. So, where did your inspiration come in for talk about this painting?
Well, that one, again, I was requested to do it from a client from my agency, and it was right after the fire at Notre Dame. Yes. So I jumped on it and created it out. And again, I was looking to, it's not a real scene, of course, but I was looking to add all the highlights around Notre Dame. And I thought, well, let's kind of put everyone in a park scene where you can have a bench to sit down and enjoy it, where you see the canal and a cruise boat rolling through there. And we got the Eiffel Tower in the background and the great
dog,
stars,
the little doggy,
and the little doggy, and your jacket hanging off the bench there with lots of vegetation around. Yeah,
love it. Absolutely stunning. And we have such fun with special drills that we can add that brighten it up or change it a little to make it a little bit different than how it comes stock. And that's a lot of fun to do. So we really enjoy doing that as well. So it just makes it.
I do see in a lot of your paintings, the windows are so bright.
Yes, I love to do that. You can see in the house, or what I really like to do is you see right through the house to see what's going on the other side of the house.
Love that.
Lots of emotion to the work when you do that.
So how about the big question or the big news? I promised everyone they'd hear it. And so Diamond Art Club has people wondering, where's more? We want more. We want more.
Yes, I know. She has licensed a lot of my art, and she's still working at putting it out. And I did get notification that she had recently picked up some more of my pieces too. So I'm sure you're going to see more coming from her. In the future.
Double digits more.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope so. Yes.
I can't let everyone know everything, but I do know.
There is. I hope she doesn't get put off with me, but I can say that she picked up recently a sort of it's a scene, an ocean scene with the whales in the distance, but it's a bunch of glowing red fishing huts with the wharfs in the foreground, and we got the seals swimming in the water in the foreground around these fishing huts, and of course we got the seagulls and the whole and the big fishing boats. Sort of the real character ones that aren't too big. I've put in there as well, and I love what I create. I get carried away with that kind of thing. Yeah,
I love that. Your farm scenes as well. The 5 that they have. Until they put up more, which they are coming. I know they're coming this year too. So cannot wait for that. So we've got
licensed over 25 of my pieces. I know.
Yeah.
I might get
Cannot
in
wait.
trouble for all this.
No, I hope the diner is one of them. I think a lot of us want that diner.
We want the diner.
Oh, Ricky's Diner. I'm not. She could have. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But yeah, I love that piece too very much. Yeah, Ricky's
Well,
Diner.
you know what? If not, we can find out maybe, and if not, we can all request the
Yes.
diner piece.
Yes.
Lynn, if you want to go to his website, just look up David MaClean.
No, of course
spelled
not.
MaClean, and you'll see the artwork of David MaClean. It's the first thing that comes up. You're not the guy that paints the horses. I figured that out.
Yes, there's another person
David
that
MaClean that does horses. Like
I'm not familiar with that. Okay.
Yeah.
So when people look it up, they can either get you or they can. It depends. The name is spelled just a little bit differently.
Okay. Well, my website I actually don't even have. It's just artofdavidm.com. I wanted to make it as short as possible.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
The same thing. I do not. And if anyone's noticed, I do not sign my art David MaClean. I just sign it David M. Keep it simple because I don't like my signature to be a distraction from the art.
Do you know if you're with any other diamond painting companies?
I know. I do know. My art has been licensed to some other ones, some up and coming ones. And I'm sorry, I do not have names. I just don't remember.
Wow.
But they're not. They're different images than would be.
Oh yes, it can't be the same ones. Yes, correct.
Right.
Yes.
Well, that's okay because we shop around.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. We know where to get the good stuff. So.
Good. That's good.
So, you have graciously agreed to give away something tonight.
Yes.
You want to tell us about that?
You're gonna have to help me a little bit here. I do remember I said I'd love to donate a canvas of someone's choice, and I'm sort of leaving the details of that to you guys.
Okay.
And,
so
yes.
we have put onto spreadsheet the hundreds of people that have signed up for Ticket to Ride and have participated in the event, and I have that on a computer here. I have everybody's name next to a number, and then we're going to do a random number picker, and then
so you're going to pick the number, and I'm going to find it, or are you just want to take care of it from there?
No, I've got it. I'm going to share my screen.
Okie doke.
Yes, I will share my screen.
And the winner of it, they can pick whatever they want as far as I'm concerned. They can just go to my website and let me know which piece they want, and we'll get it made up and shipped off to them.
Oh, I want to win.
Well, I had it up. Now I don't. Hold on. Let me get it up there again. Okay. Just 1 second.
I know a few people in here that would love a puzzle. You look at all the puzzlers.
It's been the puzzle industry, like the diamond art's exploded the last few years.
That's good.
I have a good supply of them right now. I'm just so low on them. This past Christmas, I had to turn away so many people. Which these are good problems, though.
Absolutely. I think because of COVID, it put everybody back into the house and something to do, etc. Yeah,
exactly. And if you look at doing diamond art or puzzles, it's a great family entertainment at a very affordable price, and that's what I really like.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm going to put in the numbers. It's going to be 2 through 215.
Oh, that's great.
And we may have to go through a few numbers because they have to be here to win.
Yes, they have to be in this live to win.
Oh, good.
So.
All right. So I'm going to generate the first number.
205.
Yeah.
Okay. And that person is Doreen Jerry.
Are you here, Doreen?
We'll give her a second to see if she's here.
We have everyone check in for additional 5 tickets for coming. And we don't have the Google Doc available to us right now, but we do have our spreadsheet. So, okay, so going once, Doreen, say hello, or we move on.
Okay,
next twice.
Number, 12. Oh boy. Okay, let me move up here.
Number 12.
I
All right,
see it.
number 12 is Kimberly Bush. Do we
Are
have
you
Kimberly
here?
Bush in the chat? We're going to get someone here
Yep.
eventually. The problem is we're all over the world, and
Oh, sure.
a lot of people
And
watch
the
back on
time
replay.
differences, but we hope that, you know, the people that want to be here, plus it's simulcast, so we don't know. Okay.
Kimberly Bush. Okay. Going once, going twice. All right, let me draw another number. Okay.
Can you imagine when they find out tomorrow?
135.
That sounds like a winning number to me.
Okay, we'll see. It might be, maybe that's my number. No, I'm not on
Third
here.
time's the charm, right?
135. Let's see who we got for 135. Elise Cabanan. Or Elsie,
Elise, are you here?
Elsie Caubanan. Everybody's saying me, pick me. Is Elise in the chat? I have not seen Elise in the chat.
So. I didn't. I really did not. All right, okay. It's okay. Keep going.
96. All right, let's see what we got for 96. Lori DeJesus.
Oh, wow.
Lori DeJesus.
She's been an amazing help. I hope she's here. She's been great throughout the whole chat. I mean, the whole event.
So if they're there, they just...
if they're here, they'll let us know, and they'll be happy.
Yeah.
Okay, next, we're moving on.
Are you not here? I guess not. No. Oh, wait, I cannot type in there. Who is this?
Carly, the number is next to your name on the spreadsheet. I didn't give out 200 numbers. No. All right, 127. That would be Jenny Phillips.
Come on, Jenny.
Jenny Phillips. Nope.
I'm looking through.
Number 127, Jenny Phillips.
Right. Julie, don't worry. I see you. So if your name comes up, I know you're here. She's sending me like, I can't type.
And also, while we're waiting, I just wanted to, like I was saying earlier to you guys, talking about the Eiffel Tower, and that the Eiffel Tower is actually a copyrighted landmark only at nighttime. It was copyrighted back in the 1800s by the power company out of France, and they've held on to it ever since. But they've never enforced it. So I've never known any. So there was. I went through a period with my agency that I had to be careful whenever I created the Eiffel Tower at night that I really couldn't do it. But then everyone realized, and someone did some research on it, they have never enforced the rules. And of course, they want to promote Paris and France. So I think that was a wise decision. But it's always these little tidbits you learn when you're going to different countries.
It's amazing, right?
I love that. I know that
Notre Dame came out.
164 is definitely here. That person is Tina Burney.
Oh, no way. You're kidding me.
Yes, Tina, I know you're here. You've asked questions.
Yeah. She's visiting her aunt. So it would be amazing. She asked like 5-6 questions in where people were allowed to post for questions. Are you here, Tina?
I hope so.
We've had the greatest group of people, I must say. I mean, they're amazing. And almost everybody wants to do the next one. We're just waiting for them to restock Russia with Love.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But I loved how you did how the Paris, the Notre Dame came out right after the fire. In fact, National Geographic has done a big spread this month on.
Oh, is that right? I'll have to watch for that. Yeah.
On the rebuilding of it. So
Yeah.
they showed the fire and they showed
Yes.
how it didn't reach the bell, and really
Yes.
very interesting. So yeah, I'm one
Yeah.
of those nerds that still get the magazine and the
And actually,
online.
of all the cities in the world, there's quite a number of buildings in Paris that have a copyright to them, which is very unusual.
Amazing. Very
Yeah.
amazing.
So Tina is not in the chat. So the next number is 42, and that number is Charlene Caffrey, who just asked me about the spreadsheet. But guess what, Charlene? You are now the winner.
Oh my gosh. Where are you? Say hello, girl.
She's right there. I saw her. Charlene Caffrey. There's Tima. She says she's here. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
If you got 2 winners, I'll make that work.
Will you? Do you mind?
Absolutely.
Oh,
so
that
we
is
got-
so nice of you.
My
Thank
goodness,
you
you're
so
going to make
much.
me cry.
I know. Please.
Charlene Caffrey and Tima are our winners.
Oh, good.
Okay, that's Tina Burney and Charlene Caffrey.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
everybody. Let's
congratulations.
congratulate our winners, everyone. Come on, let's show some love.
Oh my gosh. All right, I'm going to stop sharing the number generator. That was just the easiest way to do it, guys. Yes. All right, so Tina Burney and Charlene Caffrey have won.
Congratulations. I'm so happy for you guys.
I know which one I would choose. Which one do you guys want? Do you know your favorite?
We just,
What would you
we don't
choose?
qualify, but we work hard.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all congratulating everybody. Oh gosh.
It takes a minute for the chat to come up, but they are. Everybody's so wonderful. Thank you so much for
Do you have
doing
any
that.
last questions for David?
That was my privilege. I really enjoyed it. It was nice to meet you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for including me in this.
Are you kidding? You're like a rock star to us. So we
Thank
love
you.
this. This
Very
is
nice of you to say.
awesome. And it's nice. It's just lovely to see and know the passion that comes behind. We know, Tina, we know you're here. It's cool. You got it, girl. She's sending me messages that I'm here, I promise.
Yay. Oh, good.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
We'll get the
Robin
information
wanted to
him
know
for
how
you.
you became a ski map. Is it called a designer? What is it called?
We live in a ski region.
Yeah, well, I've been a skier most of my life, and of course, when my kids were at home, we did a lot of skiing together. And
Very nice.
you know what? It wasn't something I looked for, but I think we have a local ski hill, which is actually sort of world renowned, Big White Ski Resort, and they approached me, if I recall, and that sort of led to it. And then I started to get other ones, and sort of starts to snowball a bit. So I added a bit of a site to it. I've actually just taken the site down just a couple of months ago because I'm too overwhelmed right now. And I very much enjoy working with the ski resorts, but I can't deny it. My true passion is in creating the kind of art you guys are seeing. Yeah.
I love that. I have one last question, if you
Yes.
don't mind.
No.
If you could travel anywhere, where would it be? And even if you were to include one of your paintings.
I know where his wife would choose. But
Yeah, you guys know that. Yeah.
My
wife would be on a plane to Hawaii, Maui in particular. We've been there several times, and that's her favorite. But
Beautiful.
we do plan on going to London sometime either later this year in fall or whatnot. My agent, as well as the owner of the agency, are coming to see me hopefully in spring sometime. And then I said to my wife, when we do go over to the UK there, I want to take the bullet train out of London into Paris and then travel around Europe a bit.
Do we maybe see a London painting in our future?
Well, there is one. If you go on to matter of fact, in the collage that you did, it
I
did bring
saw.
up
there is,
one of the London scenes that I did.
It's breathtaking. I just meant once you're there, it's another perspective that I would love to see.
Well, I'll agree 100%. When I'm actually there is the best. And
Yes.
I'm getting my own perspective of things, and I see things a little differently. Everybody sees it differently. And even with my art, we realize that when we put it out to clients, you can show the same piece of art to 10 different clients. You will get 10 different responses because everyone sees it a little differently and feels it a little differently. Yes, which is good.
Wonderful.
Well,
Yes.
I am so glad you were able to join us, and I hope we get to meet you again in
Yes,
a few months
anytime,
when
absolutely.
we have To Russia with Love, so you can tell us
Yes.
about that painting.
Russia
Thank
with
you.
Love's our next
Thank you
event.
for including me. Thank you for including me. I
Thank
really
you
enjoyed this.
so much for doing this. I
Yes.
so appreciate you. Thank
Yes,
you
it's
to
nice
your
to meet
wife.
you.
We know, bow, bow, bow. We are very appreciative. Thank you for the
Thank you.
tour,
Yeah,
all
it
of
was
it.
my privilege. I really enjoyed this. Thank you.
And everybody in the chat is thanking you as well. So
Yes.
I know you haven't read it, but they're all very appreciative of
Yes.
you giving
No,
us
I
your
enjoyed it.
time.
Thank you. Appreciate
All
this.
right.
Thank you so much.
Good
All right,
night,
you guys all have a
everybody,
good
and thank
night.
you for
It was
coming.
nice chatting
Don't
with you.
forget to
Thanks
hit
very
the
much.
like button on your way out tonight. Consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed. And don't forget the notification bell so you don't miss a single episode of any of my content. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow
Don't forget
at
your 5
11
tickets.
a.m. I have a
Do
pen
your
turner that you're going to want to watch, a new
Yeah.
pen turner. So take
Google
care.
Doc for tonight. It's due tonight, everybody. So upon leaving, if you didn't do it upon entering, click on the description and fill out your Google Doc for your 5 tickets.
All right.
Great.
Bye,
Good night,
everybody.
you guys. Thanks a lot.
Bye,
Good night.
everybody.